His name is Mitch Garnett.
I want you out of the park.
What are you hassling me for? Don't treat me like I'm some kind of junkie. I'm a vet.
I want you out of the park, now.
He's fighting back for everyone who was ever pushed too far.
Well, let's not have any stupid mistakes, okay? I don't want anybody to get hurt, and nobody will get hurt if we do everything my way.
He's unpredictable.
We are certain that a band of well-coordinated, well-trained guerrillas is responsible.
Unconventional.
I am the individual who controls the park.
It's one guy. One guy.
And completely unstoppable.
What are you doing in here?
You got something to say? You want to tell people something? You want the world to know about this? Let me get it on tape, and I'll make sure it's seen.
I am staying in this park until 9 o'clock Wednesday night.
We will remove him before the deadline.
They wanted him out of the way.
I'm getting you out of here at first light.
Give me a break. We're both dead and you know it.
Now he's out of control. Tommy Lee Jones is a one-man revolution, and he's going to war against the city of New York.
You mentioned the general that pitches a tiger sweep.
Yeah.
But they don't bring in Americans to do it or even discuss American Special Forces operatives or anti-terrorist or counter-terrorist operatives doing it. They bring in a Dutch national and a Viet Cong, which actually is he wasn't Vietnamese. He was like a Korean Taekwondo champion or something, if I remember right. But they bring them in to do it. Like, don't you have domestic forces that can eradicate this guy? And you're using a Viet Cong. Like, isn't it going to set this dude off? Like, if he comes face to face?
He even says, Tommy says at one point, you brought the VC in to hunt me in Central fucking Park?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
So is that more clever than we realize? Like, is it designed to, because usually they tell you these things in movies so the audience gets it, right? Is that designed so he goes south and the world sees it? Like, he trips up and goes berserk because a Viet Cong like brings back his.
I don't think he ever had any snap moments.
He doesn't.
He's always sort of in control as much as he could. Like, he never kind of lost it. Like, and then kudos to Helen for doing the crawl with that camera. Like, she was doing everything he was doing with the camera. He's got the gun.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of like, jump over there.
Yeah, she did the work. She did the work.
And the picture that they show of the naked bodies behind that guy, he's a hunter, and it's like right away, instantly, one photo, and you go, this guy's a fucking murderer.
Right.
So now they're getting him in the park? All right.
And I mean, he goes in with like RPG rockets. So he's like taking rocket shots at the guy. And he's got the red beret, which I don't think that's a smart call either, but he's in the field and he's like supposed to be some Dutch national who's like a hero to the mercenary soldier of fortune set. And I'm thinking like, that's an interesting, forget the plausibility of it. I'm just thinking like, that's an interesting creative solution to this, that's where you go in Act 3.
Yeah.
Because someone's got to come in at some point to stop it. If it was Predator, it would have been those guys. If it was, like it's so, but it's interesting that they go that route and they don't really do a great job. I mean, they mine the park and with some claymores, which by the way, if they would have planted those claymores and been waxed, you would not know where those are until a jogger trips one.
Yeah.
So it almost makes you think like the sequel to this movie, cleaning up the park, is almost going to be as equally entertaining, but whatever. They go in there and they try to get him.
But I think they kind of almost solve that at the end, because at 9 o'clock, everything blows up.
Yeah, he does. He blows it all.
And
But if that's only if he knew about all the claymores, though. If he discovered them all, right? But he does blow them all, so it's
and they blow it all up, and there's no fire.
Yeah.
Right, the fire goes up and goes out, so none of the trees, as the guy said in the beginning, I just want to make a lot of smoke and noise.
Right.
Or hurt anybody.
And that's where the 72 Street Crips got pissed because they thought they were going to be able to go in there and get themselves a set of armaments that were going to be able to settle it with all their rivals. So when that stuff went up, they were like, 13. Fuck. Yeah. So what do you make of this off the top? Like you've worked with some of these guys. What, like, give us some stories and impressions of some of this cast.
Lawrence Dane and I did an episode of television where we were cop partners, and he is the most charming gentleman you'll ever meet.
And he's good in this. He's really good.
He passed away not too long ago.
Yeah. Cancer, I think.
I knew for years. He's a legend in Montreal. He did a show called L'On He shoots, he scores, and he is like Elvis-like status in Montreal. They did the series, they did a follow-up series, they did a movie, and then he retired, and like they got to shut down malls when he's there. And he's, one of the cops walking that front line, that first line. He's got maybe 4 lines in this one. And then who else do we got?
Well, you want to reveal the big one?
As we said at the beginning, we couldn't want to show it, but TJ Scott, baby.
TJ Scott, right in there. I think he's even the SWAT guy that gets tripped up in the barbed wire. Isn't he?
Because when they pull him, that's when Helen Chamber goes, "Get this! Oh man, he's really fucked up." It's TJ with a little mark across his face because he got caught up in that barbed wire, baby.
Yeah, TJ Scott, great director, directed everything from Gotham. He's the reason Ratchford and I actually know each other. He had a screening of his film that starred Jeremy at CAA, and we ended up sitting next to each other, and I immediately knew, this is years ago now, I mean, this is probably a decade ago, I immediately knew this guy to my right is a good guy. Just the way you went about the screening, just the way you went about, you were just perfect, and I was like, this guy is hilarious. And then we met at that party what's that little restaurant behind CAA? It's on the same property, that wine bistro. Yeah, when we were talking there. But yeah, TJ Scott is who we owe our friendship to. Great director. And I knew he was in Runaway with Gene Simmons and Tom Selleck. He told me that once on the air. Have you ever been to one of his tequila parties, by the way? Maybe we saw each other there too.
I've been to several occasions.
Yeah, notorious.
Yeah. And we used to do Christmas there. Like it with these my social calendar fell when he moved.
Yeah. Where'd he move to?
And he's some like Turks and Caicos or something. I don't know. Like
that's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a break. Moving to paradise, you motherfucker. Anyway, TJ Scott makes an appearance in this, and it was great to see him. It was, at first, I missed him. I saw it in the credits, and I'm like, what? And then you sent me like a screenshot of the SWAT guy all cut up to ribbons, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is him. He actually doesn't look that he doesn't look that much different these days. He's kind of maintained it.
Yeah.
Good for him. The rest of us, we look like train wrecks, but he's looking pretty good. I guess Turks and Caicos will do that to you. But yeah, TJ Scott's in this too.
Hi, I'm William Salyers, the actor behind Rigby from Regular Show, Doc Ock from Marvel Spider-Man for the PlayStation, Morton Solus from Mass Effect, and many others. Help me cure neuromyelitis optica spectrum disorder, NMOSD, and with it, cancer. Go to the Guthrie Jackson Charitable Foundation and donate today. Please and thank you.